Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Gemma. I'm a criminologist and I'm going to talk about body politics. And let me just let you all know about criminology and how how it can change the world, right? So there's a lot of criminologists out there that can change the world. The ideas, what the subjects bring, the core aspects of, criminality within itself. It can change the world. And we're not liked. We're not liked. That's a truth. Okay? And I just want to let you know that before I continue. The reason why is because we challenge narrative. We challenge the ideas that are already set in contemporary society. We question the narratives that are being put forward, and it changes the changes that are being made. And this is why, generally, the criminologists are not liked. And there's lots of us. Right, so let's get into body politics. I like this. I studied this and I enjoyed my course very, very much. Okay. This one was a lot easier because it was like less crime-based, more centered on the self. This is body politics. This is identity. This is how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about our body, and our rights as well, our body rights. So body politics. Okay. So this one's going to be about gender and changing your sex and the impact it can have on you and the impact it may have on you if you choose to do so, and the real understanding that needs to take place, and holistic therapies that can gauge in promoting a more balanced you. Okay. And hopefully this changes your idea on it. Okay. And it's for a reason. So it came very big that, people wanted to change their sex, and they were trying to do this under plastic surgery a long time ago. So it was about 10 years ago. It started, well, it's probably longer than that. And I was watching stuff when I was a kid about it being people changing their wang, right? So I was about 15, I think, when they started showing it. So that was like 20 years ago, right? So it's been drip fed. The narrative's been drip fed for 20 years. And let's just talk about the cost. Who is benefiting from this? Plastic surgeons. What does this bring in? Money. Let that just sink in. Right? So now let's get on to the ethics of this. I can't remember which order I said it, but let's go. For example, let's get into ourselves. We are our own bodies. Our body is our temple. Okay? And this is the idea that you really want to bring forth in these ideas. And always go back to. Our body is our temple. Right? So when you're younger and you start changing from a child to an adult, so in between that time, people, or adults, adolescents, we can feel really insecure about ourselves. Okay. And now I'm 35, I can tell you my little journey on how hormones affected me and how I changed, because I was always I'm a woman. So I changed, and when I started noticing changes about how I felt about my body was when I started my period. So that was when I really started changing ideas of my body. But I was always very nervous, but that was because I was shy. I didn't really have a focus on my own body. And so sometimes we can feel insecure about ourselves. So when I started my period, I think I was about 13, right? So I started being really self-conscious. I started being really insecure. Okay, I started noticing changes in my body, stretch marks, little things like this. And I'd always look at, even when I was older, like 10 years ago, I'd still look at my body and not like it. And I didn't understand why. And I just thought it was probably because I'm not there yet. I'm not a grown up yet, And it was just like I needed to be a grown up and then I'd like myself type thing. And it was just a process and I had to wait. And I knew that deep down inside. But like I'd look at my mid, so it would be just below my belly button. I didn't like it. And I had a flat tummy and I just didn't like it. There was something missing. It was just like a dip and I was like, something's missing. I don't like this. I don't know why. And I sat with it for so long and I was just like, something isn't right. And then, a couple of years later, I had children and I had a C-section, so I had a scar there. So now I have a scar there. I'm like, that's better. And it sounds absolutely insane, but it's almost like we're looking for something to be there or looking for a void. It's like something was missing and I didn't like it. And it left me with feelings of like emptiness. So when I have the scar there now and I look at it and I'm like, that makes sense. I was waiting for them, right? Waiting for the scar, right? Now I feel better. I didn't like it at first. I was like, this is not going to go away. It's red, it's raw, it really hurts. There's stitches in it, and it was just absolutely, ugh. But now it's not too bad. It's actually, you can't hardly see it. So, and I look at it and I think to myself, that was what was missing. It was a line. And it sounds so simple, but when you're younger, you don't realise. Like, for example, stretch marks and stuff like this, when they go really red, they're going to fade. You can't hardly see them afterwards. And some people get there quicker than others and comfortable with their bodies. And some people just aren't. And it depends where, you sort of feel at your time in your life. So let's get to gender. So when I was younger, I tomboy, but I weren't. I was just me. I just liked to wear trackies. I didn't like to show my legs. I played football, netball, tag rugby. I played all that good stuff. And, people say you're a tomboy for it. And that's what we used to call people when back in the day, when they was like gender, they didn't have a specific gender. They were just children, right? But this has to be important because people don't, when you're children, you don't look at yourself and go, am I this? Am I that? You're just you. You're just exploring the world outside. You're not even integrating your body yet, as self. And to look at yourself and go, oh, I have this. Oh, I have this. Oh, I have, and want to do that. I think there was a lot of insecurities I had about my legs, for example. But so what it is to bring this back together, is that we can go through life and have experiences where we feel like we might feel self-conscious about our bodies. We might feel self-conscious about our bodies because we don't, we might just feel that because we're in that in between phase where we are going to feel comfortable soon. It's just we're changing, and it's a quick change as well. When you change from child to adolescent to adult, in between that stage, it's a quick change. So we can feel more like inclined to be nervous about our bodies and how we're going to turn out. But I wouldn't change something completely, because I would say only a small population would actually end up doing this. But the reason why is because, let's get into the chakra points, or like how we're taught when we grow up. We might have had, environments in our lives growing up where we lacked stability, and we didn't ever really get to feel into ourselves, our bodies, and stuff like this because we was in fear mode. Okay, so just think about it like this: if you were in them situations quite often, you might have a lack of I am energies within you. Okay? And this is a chakra point, and it can make it all dusty and murky, and I've done chakra work as well, so I know. So I would personally look for somebody who is certified in chakra work and build on that self-confidence of I am energies, okay? Because if you haven't had stability in your life growing up, you might fail to recognise that it's not actually your fault how you feel. It's because you haven't integrated yet with your I am energies, okay? And it's not your fault. And it's really about clearing that space, okay? Not making it work, not doing, just clearing the spaces, okay? If we clear them spaces, if we can integrate, and then we can, be more comfortable with who we are, and then make them decisions, then make changes to our sex, then do this, that, and the other, okay? Because our chakras are so important, okay? I believe in this. I believe we have chakra points, and it's an aspect of self-judgment on the Kabbalah, on the Kabbalah, the tree. I haven't got it with me, but it's the self-judgment, okay? This is how we judge ourselves, okay? And how we can integrate that and rise on the tree, okay? So we can be stuck in self-judgment again and fall back down because we haven't quite mastered that, because it's murky. You might not necessarily have to change your sex. It might just be an aspect of self-esteem, or an uncertainty, a simple uncertainty of who you are. So I would clear that space with a practitioner. You might be able to do it yourself if you're open, if you've done your chakra work. You have to be open though. They do something on you. Right? They open you up. When you do your practitioner work. Right? You need to build on your self-confidence back again. So my body is my temple. Affirmations. Stuff like this. And then keep doing it. Keep working on yourself. Okay? I am energies. Okay? I am whatever you want to put at the end. Affirmations. I am a balanced person. I am stable. Okay? So we work on those energies first. And this is how we're meant to do it. Because when we can do stuff like this, we can integrate our own self-feelings. Okay? We remove all the crap that people have built under us, like make us feel like unsafe and stuff. They're like, I am unsafe, I don't know who I am, uncertain, right? So these are the energies that can connect to our I am energies and dust it up. So through this process, you might be able to clear a lot of baggage from trauma from childhood as well. But also that if you have issues with self, like, your wang ain't big enough, or something ain't quite right down there, it's not even enough or whatever, you might want to change it completely and go the other way into extremes, instead of just making it a couple more inches bigger. You might just go, I just want it off completely. So really understand, do you want it off completely, or do you want to make it bigger? You're spending all that money on that, taking it off completely, when you might just want it bigger. So think about that. And also for women, you might just need, a bit of extra, choppy. I don't know. I wouldn't know. I don't purport this stuff. I don't agree with it. Okay? But if people do want to do it at a very extreme, then it's up to you. But I really wouldn't, because you came to this plane intact. Okay? You came here intact. Your innocence intact. You came intact. Why do you think you have a baby? You're like, oh, look at this baby, it's so amazing. Because they're innocent, they're intact, they're beautiful. That was you once. And then life messes us up. And we have to integrate all this other stuff other people want us to believe and teach. And you have to realise that when we have an element within us, which is an I am, and it's so strong, maybe then you can say, I am who I am, you know. Once I started strengthening my I am chakras, I started being more confident within myself. And it took me till I was like 33 to do it, 32 to do it. It took me a long time. So it depends as well what age you're going to be ready at as well. Like, I didn't get any help from anybody. Nobody helped me how to do this. I went to study, and then I had to research this. So, and now I found more people. Now I've researched it along my lines, you know, along my understanding, which is cool. But the integration part is really important with yourself. So I am good. Not I am good, but just I am stable. I am safe. You know, these concepts. And it can actually help you in the long run of just distinguishing who you want to be, okay, in an identity process. And if you want to wear trackers one day and you want to wear a dress the next, that's fine, because I do. But I'm a woman. I'm allowed. You know, I'm not a strict Jewish woman where I say that I can't have my shoulders on show and stuff, or my legs. That don't work for me, you know? But that's just individual. This is a body politic, okay? So just remember that you are unique, just the way you are. Like, I've got a gap in my teeth. I'm not going to change that just because somebody said to me they didn't like it. I don't like it. And I don't like you. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what other people think of you, right? Because when you get that I am energy going, there's no stopping you, okay? And it might even change your whole reflection on who you actually are. You might fall back into being that. If you're a woman, you might fall straight back into that feminine archetypal energy. You know, you could change your whole structure and being just by clearing out your chakras. Okay? Take care. Don't do anything too drastic. And if you do it with love. Self-love intact. This is body politics. Okay? Take care. My name is Gemma. I'm a criminologist. Mother of two.